Yeah, it's real cute until she wants in and out all night long. Well, she doesn't. She'll sleep out here, and then she'll start wanting in about 4:30, 5 o'clock. Yeah, she'll go in and then if I don't get up fast enough to let her out, she starts scratching at the door. And I can't have that. So I gotta get up real fast at 4:30 in the morning to let the mom cat out of the bathroom. What else do I gotta do, right? I gotta put some eye drops in my eyes quick, cause man, I just feel like there's all kinds of goop. Just for like smoke, and not that it's smoky now, but it has been so much, and it's been windy, and it's so much dust, kicking up dust and debris, and oh my god, you don't like doing this. I mean, you like the result. You like how it feels after it's done, but the actual, because you don't like putting your head back. So, but I don't mind, because it makes me feel better. It makes my eyes feel better. It adds moisture to them. To your eyes? Yeah, because it's super dry right now. Anyway, what did I do with?
Does it make it worse if you're outside?
Oh, it's a common. I don't know. I've been out. I haven't been. Well, I take the dogs out about every hour and a half. So, but it's just been windy and
all the combination.
Yeah, all kinds of dust and nasty. So anyway, all right. Let me do this talk here. Okay. Hi, welcome to my tube. My name's Marge. I'm a Hale empath. I just like having these little talks on the way I feel about things. It's better to just talk about things, get them out. Especially if they're a big deal in your mind. Because then when you get them out, it makes them less of a big deal. Anyway. It's kind of a peculiar day. I have been kind of just chilling this morning I was going to go help a lady, what I understood, to move flowers, and I was thinking, and she said, I thought she said irises, and then I was like, maybe they were tulips, right? But I was thinking those flowers in the bulb variety. And so she's like, yeah, she's like, oh, I'm 75, I can't do this stuff anymore, So I go over to her house this morning, and this house was like a maze, and they had projects started everywhere. It's like, they have like pallets of bricks, and, they're just starting it's just like, I don't know, people have, that's what they get to do. It's just, it's just start project after project, but they never really finish anything. That's what I noticed is like, man, there's a whole lot of started projects all over this property. I mean, because we walked all the way around, and so she had me come back, and when I went back, and she's like, well, we want to move this lilac. I was like, lilac bush? It was big. It was established too. Yeah. And I was like, that's beyond what I'm going to be able to do for you. Because I'm thinking the root system beneath has got to be like 3 feet, 3. That's no. It's no. And they could pay, and that's the thing is like these people. A lot of these people can pay like really good, right? Because they have a lot of money. But that's why they have a lot of money, is because they find people's. And the thing of it is like on my business card that she got my number from at the nursery place. I'm a photographer. So why she thinks, where would she get? Well, maybe she could move this lilac bush for me. I'd rather just take pictures of it after it's in bloom. But I mean, they didn't have the hole dug where they wanted it.
Nothing was prepared.
I mean, I was just like, I asked her when we were walking over, I said, have you been watering the ground to soften it? Oh, yeah,
And then she just kind of went out.
and I was just like, all right. I said, well, I'm going to go over to the coffee shop. I know some guys that might be able to help you there. If I run into them, maybe, I'll talk to them if it's something that they'd be interested in doing, make some extra money, And so I went over to the coffee shop. Nobody was there. So I just kind of, and then I went to the farmer's market to support Judy. They were having a little healing display. She and her friend that does Reiki, they both do Reiki to it's energy healing. Everybody does it different. I don't know. At the farmer's market, and I got a button. We the people are back. Truth, sovereignty, liberty. So anyway, so that was kind of interesting. And then in the noticing how freaking people are continuing to freaking lose their shit, I freaking had this little dipshit. See, that's the thing, man. These kids, man, they lash out. They react. They respond. And when I say kids, I mean people of all ages. I don't mean I meant I'm 48. I mean people that are in their 50s, 60s, kid, whatever. Just these people that are just they don't have any emotional control, man. This chick freaking, I'm pretty sure it was a chick, freaking was driving erratically and cut almost hit me not once but twice in the van. And I was just these little freaking shits, man. How are you going to explain that when you they just react and then they got to go home and think about, oh God, I trashed the car. I just wanted to have a conversation and take me to because I know as somebody. I just let's go to your if they were real young, let's go to your parents' house and we'll all have a conversation on the importance of not driving like a fucking asshole and how you could kill somebody, and you don't want to be responsible for that kind of karma just because you're screwing around, and and I've been thinking about that a lot, is that I've been seeing in with all the craziness, because we're going to see more and more and more and more of it just because people don't have any emotional control at all. They don't have, it's just ego, self-willers are just going to run wild. It's going to be like that until people figure it out or until they get their consequence and start saying, oh shoot, when I act like this, things happen like that, and maybe I shouldn't act like that. I just start maybe step a little bit closer to accountability, maybe. Who knows? But, what was it? In the last 10 days, there's been 16 mass shootings? And 16 mass shootings where several people have been shot. Not killed in the last 10 days. That's a lot. That's a lot of people that don't know how to control their own emotions and how to talk themselves down off a ledge, and that they can tell themselves, if they don't have anyone in their lives that, however bad they feel, they're not, get a good night's sleep, eat a good meal, you'll have a different outlook tomorrow. But you got people, so many people, man. My society has just been desensitized. All kinds of stuff is desensitized. That people don't care about other life. They don't care about their lives. We see it every day with how fast they drive up and down the roads, and egos. And I was thinking about this morning, I'm not a fan of freaking motorcycle. I used to really be into that stuff, and I don't know, when they were fucking driving by at 7 o'clock this morning, revving up their fucking, at 7. Come on, man. That's you being a dick. Bring that shit back later. You know, your own little fucking private parade, asshole. But that's ego. You know, anybody who wants to hear that shit is you. Whatever, you know. So there's freaking motorcycles all over town, and God. You know, and I see these people that are just like, oh, always look out for the cyclist and cyclist this, cycle. I'm like, dude, you know how many dumb shit cyclists I've seen in my life that are doing freaking, you know, driving 70, 80 miles an hour doing wheelies down the interstate, you know? And the weaving, and just the dummies. I see too many of those in life, you know? Kind of ruin the rest of them. I just see as glutton anyway. So, anyway. It's holiday weekend. I was gonna order some food for me and Mom tomorrow, some like good food. I was thinking about market prices around here. I'm like, man, I bet they're crazy. Because people set market prices, and what they tell themselves they deserve is just really funny. A lot of company. I mean, look at I noticed that the products that I buy, because me and Mom, we usually eat the same stuff. You know, our diets are pretty consistent, and we've always been pretty healthy. And I like to mix it up and vary it up every now and again. Do something a little fancy. I'll get a craving, you know, because one thing, you know, because growing up we didn't have a lot of money for food, so food actually came a really important part of my life, because I would treat myself with like a steak dinner stuff, like for a special. When I got to Omaha, and I learned how to be nice to myself and date myself and all that, you know, stuff like that. And I'd go, you know, or I'd go get a really good vegetarian meal. It didn't matter. I just like food of all different kinds and varieties. And to live in a town where I live, man, this pickings are slim. You know, they're getting more food trucks and stuff like that too, but still, man, I don't know. I'm at $10. That's good for a plate of food, right? Fills you up, right? Not anymore. It's like 18.
Really?
Yeah. And then it's like, well, you're gonna probably give them the whole 20, because you're gonna, you know, tip. So it's like $20 for frickin' a plate of food, and it's just like, man, it's not even anything better than I can do. I wouldn't mind paying that if it's something better than I can do, but it ain't. Is that Gray Kitty? Oh, that's Stanley. He's alright. He's alright. I know, but if he's gonna drink out of it, and if he knocks it over, it's water. It'll dry. I'll put more water in it. It's not gonna deter him from drinking out of it. If I went for him and try to move him and keep him from drinking out of it, chances are I'd probably spill the cup, and it'd turn into a fiasco. So, anyway, it's a holiday weekend. I just thought it was just like so weird, you know, to have somebody show up and just have some. It's just, people are a trip, man. They're just getting more and more trippy. They really are, Ma. They really are, but it doesn't mean I'm gonna ever stop trying. I'll keep trying. I'll keep putting myself out there. I wore one of my shirts today. It's in the color spectrum. It says, "Straight people like rainbows too." Got a compliment on that from one of the gals at the Healing Circle. So, and then I even treated myself to a cup of coffee. I'm like, I'm not going to this coffee shop again. I'm not coming back here.
You don't like the people?
I don't like the lady that owns it. She's always freaking like curt to me. Like she snubs me.
Oh.
It's all right. There's nothing he can break. She's a snob. And I was talking today. I picked up the front of the newspaper. I said, "This cracks me up." I said, "Look at this." And she's like, "What am I looking at?" I said, "Look at all these people." There was like 7 people on each side, and they were handing off sticks to put in the wood chipper. And it was just like so staged and such bullshit. And they were all like freaking frumpy, you know? They're all overweight. None of them are in any kind of fucking hurry to do anything, you know, except for like, hey, it's lunch. All right, wrap it up. Let's go. You know, that's the only kind of sense of urgency they have. And it's just, you know, I was just like, and that's what I said. I said they're lined up and they're putting these twigs in the wood chipper. I said that's the forest department. That's their new way of managing forests. Is let it burn. That's what they do, is they just let it burn. And they go out there, it's not like it used to be. No, people, see, because people aren't as ambitious as they once were. People used to have a lot more freaking moxie, a lot more drive. People used to work a lot harder than they work now. You know, you go out and freaking dig ditches and stuff like that, you know? Now it just takes forever for it's one of the flashlights. World is changing so fast. I was listening to some talks about the astrology for the next few weeks, and you know, it's real that's the thing, is like people aren't even like, it's like they're not even hiding the fact that it's like, you know what, I ain't even for God no more. I'm gonna go do the satanic ball, freaking Moloch, you know, dark magic. I'm gonna go do that route. You know, it's like open and broad now, Ma. You know, it's in the media. You know, it's in all these rituals. Everybody knows everything's rituals, and it's just like, but what are people going to collectively do to stop it? And that's what we're going to start seeing more and more of, Ma. Especially when the temperatures start rising, and then we start heading into hurricane season, and then you get all these natural disasters more, and the fires, not just in New Mexico, but they start ramping up in freaking California and all the other places, and it's going to be a freaking...
And then they're all going to get fights.
Yep. Oh, I saw a news article or an account of there was like 50 or 60 kids that went down and met at the McDonald's to fight, to have a big old huge brawl. Like 50, 60 kids. And I'm like, that's 120 parents that it's like, what the fuck do you not know where your kids are doing and what you're doing? And are you kidding me? We never acted like that in the freaking 70s and 80s. I mean, we had our little kid rumbles and shit like that, you know, and stuff. But you're not freaking lighting property on fire. That stuff didn't happen. People are just disheveled now. They're just not they're not taught that you don't break other people. You don't break other people's stuff, because there's so many places in society that benefit from people having a lot of fun from breaking shit. So it puts confusion out there, you know? It's like, when am I not supposed to break shit? Because over here I get paid a lot of money to do it. It's also confusing. Anyway. My eyes are starting to feel better. Are you sure, Ma? With all these fans on in here, that adds to drying out our eyes. So if you want me to put drops in your eye, Mom surprised me today. I said, Mom, we gotta wash your hair soon. She freaking grabs her blanket, sometimes she'll get like pissy with me. Like, she'll get mad. Like, you've always done that. You get mad to get motivated. You know it? And just get through it. Like, all right, whatever, you know, let's just get it over with. And so we got up and freaking went in and washed Mom's hair, so it looks so pretty, huh, Mom? It feels good, huh? Yeah? We hate doing it, but we're always happy when it's done. Yeah. So, anyway, we're just going to be kind of hanging out. I might order some takeout tomorrow from a place we never tried before, and just to do something different, but man... It's been real nice. Like, it's supposed to be in the like low 80s or 70s, or we're supposed to have like, I don't know, it changes every day. That's why I look every day, because the outlook, the 14, 15 day outlook, it's always different. It's always different. Like today, it's supposed to be 83 and windy. I don't know if I don't think it's. I felt like it was that warm all day long, but then the next few days we're going to be back in the 70s,
So it's gonna be a lot.
which I don't mind at all. Because the 70s, I mean, we just have the windows open. It's nice and cool for all the critters. Yeah. People are happy, and then I'm going to work in the yard because it's just going to be easier to freaking stay on top of these weeds. But I keep looking around. I keep looking for all these examples of people just stepping into their freaking generosity, and you know, because I look at energy and money as energy, and it's like, if I keep it all to myself, ultimately the flow's going to stop.
That's true.
Is how I look at it. Like you gotta use it to get more, kind of a thing. And so that's why it's no problem for me to freaking, I don't know. But you know what, I've really been using my discernment. There was a girl at Walgreens yesterday, and I was like, where are you going? Hey, what do you got? She said, that's mind your business, and this is not yours. Luna went walking by with the washcloth in her mouth. She's my chewer. She likes to chew on stuff. I always got to make sure, you know. Jiggle girl, I love you the most. Don't tell your stinking brothers. So I go into Walmart, and I looked down at, she was looking up at me, and she had and she was like, there's travelers, and then there's like travelers, but they're like, I don't know. There's people that are just in their addiction, and I'm not gonna freaking feed their addiction. And that was like the first feeling I got from her. I said, whatever I'm gonna give her, it's gonna be like junkie shit, okay? Not booze, but like dope or some shit that I ain't about. All right. So I went inside. I got what I needed. It was a pretty pleasant exchange. The kid, his name was Matthew, but they spelled it like MATHIEUW. I mean, they just like. I say, you know why? I say, you can't even, blame you. It's like your parents, and your parents are my age, All these people freaking went and got, wanted to spell their kids' names all cute and shit. And that'd be a nightmare for the freaking teacher. To have to keep, to keep all these little cutesy little, Oh my gosh. Anyway. So after that, we were cracking up about that. He and I were, the kid, and I walked outside because I got the girl some water. I got her a thing of water, and I was like, "Are you staying high?" I said, "You got a sleeping bag?" And she's like, "Yeah, I got a sleeping bag." And then, because when I walked in, I stopped and I was like. And I said, "Are you I addressed her in some capacity, and she's like, "You got a couple bucks." That's what she's like. She did. She wasn't into any pleasantries or anything like that. She's like, "You got a couple bucks," and I was like, I said, "Oh, I'll stop by when I come back out." All right, And then so I went and got the stuff and came back out, and I gave her the thing of water because it was starting to get warm. I said, "You got a sleeping bag?" She's like, "Yeah, I got a sleeping bag." And I was like, "All right." And she's like, "Oh, you got a couple bucks."
That's what she asked.
Again. And I was like, "Yeah, I got it." Like, fucking damn, kind of thing. It was like, kind of, But she's been traveling for a long time, and people are just like, cut the bullshit kind of thing. And that's evident. So I just gave her a 10. I'm like, this ain't no $100 day for you, sweetie. I know she didn't. And then So I was like, what, and I was like, she's gonna go freaking feed her addiction. Like, I gave her I knew it, and I didn't even get to the van. She freaking, like, grabbed her stuff. Like, evidently I gave her what she needed, and she freaking got up, took her sign, and freaking went in her van, and then was like, right behind me until we got to the next light, like 2 lights down, and I was like, yeah, I know that. I was just like, but what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? I know she wasn't gonna go fucking feed her kid or anything like that, but that's the thing, man. There's so many people in the world that just don't even know how to. They don't. I was watching people when I was standing at the light today downtown, because there's places crawling with tourists and stuff like that, and I'm just like, man, these people are just so oblivious to what's coming in the world. They're just gonna lock themselves in their house, kind of thing. They're just done to. But that's the thing, is like, what are people doing for other people to make their lives better? That's the division that we're gonna see. This huge freaking eruption we're gonna see, is that because prices are getting high for a lot of stuff out there, and there's a lot of people that, I like growing up how we did. Doing it now, there's no way we would have done. There's no way we would have survived. We would have been living in the car more than we lived in the car. But it's a different world, and people have no interest to helping other people. They want their tax write-off, so they'll give their money to false for profits, is what I call them. False for profits. They call them non-profits, but it's all bullshit. It's all for profit. All these people say, "Oh, give us your money, donate your money to us, and we'll help these people, and we'll do this," and it never goes to the people. It never ever does. So, too many people are driving their, they're getting all their freaking fancy cars and all this shit that doesn't freaking matter jack shit as far as what kind of a decent human being you are. And it's going to start getting real hard. And when it gets hard for people, man, they get desperate. When people get desperate, you see them doing all kinds of weird stuff. So, yep. Oh, man, Mom, that's what they're already doing. Everybody's got a gun. Just shoot them up. Just shoot this person. Shoot that one. Shoot this one. I'm like, man, you ain't supposed to take life. And they don't got no God, they don't got no higher power, they don't got no belief system that ever taught them that you're not supposed to take human life, and you're not supposed to hurt other people, and you're not supposed to lie, cheat, and steal, and do these basic things as human being, and they never got the